The Neo Geo Pocket Color. How could they compete with Nintendo portables? You can watch my video on the dominance of Nintendo in the portable market in my Truth About Nintendo series. It was tough and it still hasn't been done, but Neo Geo SNK had a good response to this. They asked, why did Sony put out the PlayStation? It would sort of bite them in the butt. SNK is a video game company that made games such as Akari Warriors and games on the NES, as well as their arcade games, the AES, the CD, the CDZ. Neo Geo Pocket was the Neo Geo Pocket Color was forward compatible. Sega and SNK fought in the East over the arcade market, which is dying in the US. That would bite them later. The Neo Geo Pocket Color came out in the US August 6, 1998, the 20th anniversary, 3 days ago. On the console, and I like it. The joystick is very the clicky SNK stuff. Love them the CD as well. Quality stuff. If they don't still make controllers like that, I hope they should bring them back. I don't know what happened after SNK Play More. Pocket didn't do too well. Look at the stats on the history of the SNK article from GameSpot. SNK did bring the games to the NES ports due to the breakout sales of the NES and its ports, in addition to lack of income from arcades. They brought out 2 games for the effort on the NES or Super Famicom possibly. 1989's Baseball Stars and 1990's Chrysalis, known as Godslayer in Japan. Baseball Stars, according to GameSpot, said there was some interesting franchise stuff going on, possibly like fantasy football or whatever now, fantasy baseball I'd rather. And Chrysalis was SNK's answer to Legend of Zelda, an adventure-based RPG. Not games I've actually played, but according to what I read. 1989 would be a marquee year with the Genesis and the TurboGrafx 16 / PC Engine coming out in competition with the NES, possibly give them the Neo Geo, SK the Neo Geo idea. Super Nintendo will come out in 1991, etc. What was I looking for? Sales. SNK Corporation of America was getting huge net sales from MVS hardware and games. SNK Home Entertainment got tepid sales of big budget AES of the AES console. SK Corp of America had outgrown its space in San Jose, according to GameSpot. SK of America by 1991 had decided to relocate its over half in Torrance. Then they later merged both companies into SNK of America. Paul Jacobs had left the company, a key figure in bringing stuff to America. Marty Kitazawa acted as reigning president of SNK of America from 1996. John Barone, former VP of Sales, was promoted to VP of the coin-op division. Barone returned and Barone was released in mid-1993. He served as a public spokesman company in the Neo Geo line. Came back to run SNK in the late 1990s, responsible for the Hyper Neo Geo 64 Neoprint and the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Neo Geo Pocket Color had 5 big releases: the Baseball Stars, which sort of did well in the arcades, NES. King of Fighters R1, Pocket Tennis, Samurai Showdown, phenomenal game I have with awesome graphics, even if it was just black and white in some versions, and the Neo Geo Cup 1998 Soccer. Sales of Neo Geo Pocket diminished after the Game Boy Color debuted 2 months later. Later they emphasized color, power, they had longer battery life, more colors. The Neo Geo Pocket Color went on sale in limited fashion in the US in June of 1999 with nationwide rollout in August. Toys R Us, electronics boutique, software, etc., and Babbage's, which I'm not familiar with, being from New York City, we talked about where it was distributed. Print ads were distributed in magazines such as Electronic Gaming Monthly. Led to 25,000 Pocket Color sales in the first 2 months of its US release. The Big 5 games initially sold out of their 10,000 copy press runs. They were similar in size, just different dimensions, with the 5.1 by 3.1 replaced by 3.1 by times 5.3. The Geo Pocket Color was a bit heavier, by 1.9 ounces, 6.9 versus 5 ounces. SNK will ever do poorly financially, selling to Azure. Look at the sales. According to GameSpot, on June 11, 2000, rumors were circulating that SNK would pull out the US and European markets. Being well in the US, it failed miserably in Japan after the introduction of the Bandai Wonder Swan, which has such great games like Final Fantasy, although I don't really know because I never owned one and I wasn't really popular in the US. The Dreamcast release of King of Fighters 2000 and Fatal Fury Mark of Wolves sold below expectations in Japan. Sales in the US of King of Fighters 98 for the PlayStation were not that well, doing that well either. The company would spend $4 million on television advertisements that aired on MTV, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, and other young yet teenage demographics. I don't know what show they were filming at the time. I doubt it was Dave Chappelle. TV, probably just music videos. Neo Geo Pocket Color would then have its 3 most prominent releases: Sonic the Hedgehog, Pocket Adventure, Match the Millennium, and SNK vs. Capcom Card Fighters Clash. Sonic was a big hit, selling 110,000 copies, eventually pairing up with the system as a $99 bundle. Magazine advertising led to nearly 25,000 sales in the first 2 months of the US. I said that. Check the Wikipedia. I can't really find an article on the Game Boy Pocket Color ended up with 2% market share in the US handheld console market, enough to turn a profit for SNK May 2000. Previously had exclusively launched on this website eToys in 1999. Yeah, I like the console just because of its quality. The joystick, it's a good, had long battery life. I don't really have the color version. I think I have the normal Pocket, but like it has very good animation with how it does the samurai, basically Berserker Barrage. What are your thoughts, like I'm Scribe?